Hello everyone and welcome to the next in our series of daily origami for YouTube. Today we're going to continue with our theme of looking at some traditional origami, and today we're going to make a wrestler, kind of like a sumo wrestler, if you will. And you can kind of consider this for wrestling, regular wrestling, sumo wrestling, whatever you want to do. But this is sort of a fun little action toy. You want to make two of them, and then you can kind of have these little battles with your friends to see who can make the other guy's little dude fall down first. So I'm going to be using standard origami paper of 15 by 15 centimeters. And you do want to have two, really, because that's what makes it fun, is if you can have two and you can have a little battle. You could have even more if you wanted to and have everybody on a table and see whose will fall down first. But it's kind of more fun when you can do sort of a challenge this way. I'm going to be, I already made one here, this little blue guy, and then I'll show you guys the red one, and we'll do a little battle so you can see what happens. But you want to start here with your color side facing down, and I just want to put some diagonal creases in my paper so that I know where my center is. So I'm just going to fold here in half to make a big triangle, and do the same thing the other way too. Once you've got both of those creases, then we're going to take each of these four corners and fold into the center. This is called a blint space, or in Japanese we call it a zabuton base, because it looks like the zabuton cushions that we sit on on the floor. So we get all four of these corners folded into the center. Once you get all four sides folded in, then we're going to fold these corners in one more time. Don't fold the paper over, keep it where you can see these little flaps. And then I'm just going to fold straight into the center again, creating four more folds into the center. Do your best to try to keep things smooth. You want to keep your creases clean. Make sure your paper is bending underneath right so that you don't get parts that kind of stick out funky in a weird way. We'll get all these guys folded over so that we get something like this. We're going to flip it over, look at it like a diamond. I'm going to take this top right corner and I'm going to fold it towards the center, but when I do, I'm going to let this flap behind pop out as I do this. So we're going to get this whole thing kind of going towards the center, and you might need to kind of guide this part out a little to make this crease because there's a lot of layers of paper there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side too, so you can get both of those sides popped out to come towards the center. So then I'm going to take and create a crease that goes right between these 2 points by folding all of this down. Now when you do this, you'll notice that this little part pops up in the back, and that's okay. We don't want to put a crease on that. We want to let that come up with it. Bring this down right down into here, and you should be able to bring these sides together right along the edge there where there's the creased edge and the edges of the paper too. So you can get that kind of folded over like so. Then I want to go ahead and also fold this part backwards. So the easiest thing to do is to turn things over, fold this up as far as it'll go so that it comes right even with these two sides. Keep things even with the center if you can. So something like this. Then we're going to go ahead and fold it in half. And when you fold it in half, you should be able, folding in half on that red side, you should be able to get this part kind of smoothed out to create the head area and the arms sticking out in front. Now we want to make the base in the back, and the easiest way to do that is to open things up for a second, and we're going to create a crease here by taking this edge and folding it down. You don't need to make the crease go all the way. This is like a rabbit ear fold. We're just going to fold from both sides towards the center, not all the way, just a little, just get it started. And then when you fold it back in half again, this should pinch down real easily to create that extra ledge in the back so that things stand up and don't fall down. And that gives you your little finished little wrestler dude, and he stands up just fine usually. And then we can have our battle. Let me first just tell you before we do that the dimensions of this guy. He stands about 5.5 centimeters tall, and from arms to the base out there about 5 centimeters wide. And you can, certainly make these bigger if you wanted to, but the bigger the paper, the harder it is to make things fall down when you do a battle, so you want to kind of consider that a little bit. And I wouldn't make them too much smaller because there's a lot of paper. These guys are kind of hard to fold a little bit when you get all those layers. The folding is not hard, it just gets a little thick. So you've got these two little dudes, and they're going to do their little battle, and it's just a question of each person taking turns to smack the table and you know, try to make the other person's wrestler fall over. So this might be a little loud because you kind of have to do it hard, but I won right away. Red wins. Yay! So you can kind of see how that works. It's just a pretty simple, little fun kind of game. Again, a great thing to do when it's raining outside and you can't take your kids outside. So you can have, you know, battles here with your two dudes. Let's see. Will Red win again? Oh, they both are good. They're both good. You can also make it like sumo, where you have a ring, and it's not just who falls over, but who leaves the ring. And then that way you don't have to always worry about making somebody fall down. Oh, my red guy's really strong. Awesome. All right, good deal. So that gives you these two little fun wrestlers, which is our finished project for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.